Okay, so I'm filming this because my dad wanted to see what the process was in making these tumblers. I've taped off the top where I don't want the spray paint or the epoxy to get on. And then I had Stefan spray paint it for me because it makes my lungs spasm. So I make him do the dirty work. And then what I do is I've already put on the thin layer of epoxy. And so right now I'm just spreading it to make sure that it's over all of where I need it to be, especially on the edges up there and then on the bottom. So I want to make sure I get the whole thing covered. And then I kind of go back over it, make sure the whole thing is pretty even. It'll even out, that's why it's on a spinner, because it's like self-leveling or whatever, something like that. I don't know the technical term. Okay, so now it's the fun part, I think. I don't know if I've used all these colors, so I might have to open some of them, but I put on the alcohol ink. So, yes, this one's not opened, of course. Okay, so I'm gonna start putting on the red first. This one's gonna be like a rainbow swirl, and I'm doing it kind of in like rainbow order. So we'll just kind of see what happens here. There's really no rhyme or reason to it. You just kind of put it where you think it should go. Honestly, that's probably pretty good for the red already.
I think the hardest one of those swirly ones was the galaxy.
And then
you could like barely see where you're putting the colors.
Yeah, and then what you do is you put a drop of white in there also. So wherever you put color, you want to put a drop of white on it because it's gonna kind of make it the right color, and that's how it kind of spreads and swirls and stuff. Okay, so then let's use orange. I'm relatively certain I haven't used it yet, so I'm gonna have to open it. Okay, we're back with the orange. Now we just kind of put it wherever we think we need some more color.
Well, that looks the same color as the red.
Yeah, it's pretty dark. I think you can add like one more right here. Doesn't have to be exact. Okay. And then again, we may actually put a little bit more on there, but we put a drop of white on each of the colors that we put. I will probably also use pearl because honestly it gives it a really pretty shimmer, and that's what we're going for on this one. So let's put some right here. So if you think about it, we're like halfway through already of the rainbow, so we should probably be about halfway. And I'll go back and add some more of the other colors probably. We'll see.
All of these colors?
No, they're already organized, babe. They are already organized.
And then rainbow.
They are already organized. Okay. Now let's put some green. I think I've used the green as well. Yes.
The Jackson cup.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna be like shaky because I'm standing.
It's all right. I might actually go back and add a little bit more of the other colors in a minute. And it's okay if these like start, you know, swirling into each other. That's kind of the whole idea, is that it all gets mixed. And I know it starts out looking like, what on earth is happening here? But I promise it looks really cool as more color gets on there. I'll put a little bit more orange. Actually, I'm gonna start on a little bit of red. Put it in. to the bottom, I kind of just let it slide down there a little bit.
I think the dark purple looks cool.
Yeah, but the white, you're supposed to add white to it.
Yeah.
Kind of helps it, well, one, lighten just a little bit, and then also like helps it kind of swirl. Now I'm gonna get the pearl. It gives it that shimmer that I really like. I will go back, see, and add some of the stuff here, but
Did you say backseat?
I said I'm gonna go back, see, and add some stuff here. See how it kind of just, I usually just kind of put the pearl everywhere around it, not really a rhyme or reason to it either. Okay, so I'm gonna add more yellow because it looks like it just needs to be brightened up a little bit.
Looks like it needs more red.
Yeah, I'll probably put a little bit of red in it too, but I'm gonna kind of put some yellow over here on the orange so that it kind of brightens it up just a little bit, because I think it'll give it a nice, you know, it's just a little bit too dark. I don't really like that orange. And then we'll also kind of let it run a little bit into the green because it makes it kind of cool. Plus we have some spots that are a little bit bare. There. Sometimes I also put silver in it, which I really like. But for this one, I think I'm just gonna go rainbow and pearl and white. Put a little bit more white in it up here. Kind of lighten it up a little more. So you see it's already kind of starting to come together better. Doesn't look quite as like, what are you doing?
The cold colors look bigger than the warm ones.
Yeah, I did. I put a little bit more.
But it looks good.
Okay, so I think that's actually pretty good. It'll start running together there. And I don't want to muddy it up too much, but I am going to put just a little bit more of the pearl on top of this so that it gets that real nice shimmer. I need to buy more pearl. Like, I need a whole big thing of pearl because it's gorgeous. My favorite. This kind of breaks it up a little bit too when you put this on it, so it's kind of.
And I need
I'll put it in the places where I think it needs to be broken up a little bit. So I think that's probably pretty good. So I'll let that spin. And then one last thing that I'm gonna do, it's running pretty well right now, but just because sometimes it helps. In some areas it looks like there's still a little bit of white. So I'm gonna turn on my heat gun, which happens to be an awesome purple. And I'm just gonna kind of hit the areas that look like they need to be broken up a little bit more. This just helps heat the epoxy and then it kind of swirls a little bit more. You don't want to really keep it on any one area too long. It also helps pop the bubbles if there are any, which there probably are, because to be honest, I don't baby my epoxy like a lot of people do.
What?
I don't baby my epoxy. Meaning like I'm not super careful about like mixing it so that I don't get any bubbles, because honestly I just never really see bubbles in the actual cup itself, so I'm not concerned. And I think maybe I'm gonna do a little area that's just kind of, oops. No, actually I think that's good. Okay. So that's how you do it, and you just let it spin, and I will show a video or pictures of it when it's done. So this has been spinning for a little while, and what I should probably mention is you take off the tape after like an hour or so, because you don't want the epoxy around the corner here. Hard to film and point right here where I had it taped up, because you don't want the epoxy to harden over it, because if it does, you're never going to get it off. But as you can see, this whole thing is kind of swirling real nicely, and I just love looking at it after a while. It always looks different than how it starts, and better. So there you go. So this has been spinning all night. Usually I leave it on about 6 hours, but since I got started a little late yesterday, I decided just to let it go overnight. My dad decided he wanted some glitter on it too, so I put some of my fine holographic glitter in the top coat, but because there's glitter in the top coat, I might put another coat after this. I don't know, I just have to let it spin for a while, but it's looking really cool. I like all the glitter in it. So I'll just spin for another 6 hours or so, and we'll get back to it. Okay, and so here's the finished product. I was kind of hoping maybe you could see the sparkles outside, but it doesn't really work. I went ahead and put one more coat of epoxy on. I was gonna show you guys how I did that, but another one of my children helped me film that, and it was even shakier than the first, so that's okay. Another video for another time, but here it is. Finished water bottle. I really like this one.